Hi there. Welcome to Studio Movie Recap. Today we are going to recap erotic thriller film, The Boy Next Door. After discovering that her husband Garrett had been unfaithful with his secretary, Claire Peterson is contemplating divorcing her husband. Vicky Lansing, who happens to be Claire's confidant, encourages her strongly not to hesitate in signing the divorce agreement and finally let go of Garrett once and for all. Garrett surprises their son Kevin on his birthday by joining him for dinner. He extends an invitation to join him for vacation to celebrate Kevin's birthday in San Francisco. Although Claire turns down the offer, she permits Kevin to accompany Garrett despite being deeply hurt by his infidelity. While preparing to take Kevin out, Claire's garage door becomes stuck. Fortunately, a young man named Noah, the nephew of the neighbor, comes along and assists her in opening it. Later on, Noah's uncle reveals that his parents had passed away just 1 year prior and that he is still struggling with this tremendous loss. As the boys make their way to the hardware store, Kevin discovers that Noah is also enrolling in his high school where Claire serves as a teacher. Once they finish shopping for tools and supplies, Kevin catches sight of Allie working at the store, a girl he's been too shy to approach. With some motivation from Noah, Kevin musters up enough courage to speak with her while checking out. Unfortunately, their interaction wasn't long when a band of skateboard-riding bullies started bullying Kevin. During his uncle's hospital stay, Noah hangs out with Kevin frequently. Claire invites him to join her and Vicky for lunch, where she shares that she teaches classic literature in school. This prompts Noah to quote a book of a famous writer, which impresses Claire greatly. Later on, he notices a pair of stilettos kept in a box by Claire. They were gifted from Vicky as per her explanation. Noah comments that such footwear is usually meant for women trying too hard to look sexy, but apologize after. Claire is preparing to go out while Kevin and Garrett are on their trip. She notices Noah in his room, naked. When she looks out the window, she hides behind the curtains when Noah notices her watching him. Claire joins Vicky and her boyfriend Ethan, along with his friend Cooer, for a double date at a restaurant. However, things take an unpleasant turn when Cooer starts to make fun of Claire's love for classic literature. Disgusted by such behavior, Claire decides to leave the restaurant early to go back home instead. Noah calls Claire to let her know that he tried defrosting a chicken. He invites her to help him properly prepare the meal by coming over. After they properly prepare the chicken, she decides to go over and stay to eat it with him, having good time. She is powerless to fight off Noah as he begins to kiss and touch her. She couldn't resist him and they had extremely passionate sex that night. Claire wakes up the following day with a sense of remorse for their actions. She expresses to Noah that what happened was not right and was a mistake, but unfortunately this statement triggers his anger, and he violently punches a wall, resulting in wounded knuckles. After their trip, Kevin and Garrett reunite with Claire for lunch. Noah unexpectedly arrives and inquires whether or not they heard about the recent rainstorm during their absence. He comments on how wet it must have gotten over there, as Kevin offers him some cookies. Noah replies appreciatively, stating, "I absolutely adore your mom's cookies." At the start of the school year, Claire finds herself in her first class when suddenly the principal interrupts to inform her that Noah will be joining their group. It turns out that he manipulated things and made it look like she requested for him to transfer into her class by hacking into her computer. Despite Claire beginning to feel uneasy around Noah, Kevin continued to hang out with him. At one point, Noah took Kevin into the woods and showed him a gun that belonged to his uncle. He then laid out a line of oranges while manipulating Kevin into resenting his father for being unfaithful to Claire. This tension became evident when Garrett came over during dinner and Kevin lashed out at him in anger. Noah is at the school gym when Kevin joins him. Kevin tries to release his frustration by punching a bag but ends up overexerting himself and begins experiencing distress. Responding quickly, Noah runs to retrieve Kevin's EpiPen from their locker and administers it into his leg just in time to save his life. At work, Vicky presents Claire with flowers they suspect Garrett to have sent. She called her husband to confirm. Garrett refutes any involvement. Claire assumes that Noah is behind it. She went to confront him while in the gym. A teacher catches sight of her pushing Noah during this heated exchange. During their date, Garrett becomes touchy with Claire. However, she remains upset about the affair and wanted more time. Noah saw the Garrett's car parked outside and was furious. He confronts Claire the following day with anger. He told her to stop hanging out with her husband or he will do something he will regret. Jason and his friends visit Kevin with the purpose of annoying him. When Kevin approaches Jason, Noah enters and pushes him into a locker before repeatedly hitting his head against it. Vicky intervenes to stop the fight, but Noah aggressively pushed her. Vicky, who is the school principal, expelled Noah. In response, Noah offends her, verbally calling her unpleasant names, which triggering Vicky raising her hand attempting to hit him. During Kevin's dance night, Allie informs Claire of a leak in the boys' bathroom and heads over there to turn off the taps. It is then that she notices some graffiti inscribed on one wall. "I slept with Claire Peterson." Just as she reaches out for something to clean it up with, Noah suddenly appears from nowhere and attempts to assault Claire, who fights back bravely by delivering swift kick to his balls. She warns him never again come near her or Kevin. The day after, Claire finds her students stranded outside of the classroom due to a lockout. As she unlocks it and steps inside, a ghastly sight awaits her. Multiple pictures of herself engaged in sexual activity with Noah plastered all over the room. Claire takes swift action by disconnecting the printer and hastily getting rid of as many photographs. An alarmed principal voices his worries about recent erratic behavior exhibited by Ms. Claire lately, but she assures him nothing she can't handle. Kevin is picked up by Garrett to drive his car home after school. Kevin drives the car way too fast and can't stop because the brakes are broken. Garrett assists Kevin in swerving into a line of roadside water containers after he nearly hits two vehicles. When Claire gets back home, she notices the dent in Garrett's car. Garrett and Kevin were watching TV with Noah. When she went to kitchen, Noah follows her and he informs her that he recorded a video of their romantic evening and that if she wants to see it, she needs to go to his home. Claire does arrive later that evening, but Noah says he will only give her the footage if they keep having sexual relations. She declines and departs. Noah pursues a vehicle he believes belongs to Claire, but instead discovers Vicky. Realizing his mistake, Noah makes a U-turn, causing Vicky to phone Claire just as she is attempting to burglarize Noah's residence. While searching through the house, Claire locates hidden camera equipment situated above the fireplace, and she also uncovers an extensive collection of pictures featuring herself plastered across the walls in the basement. She proceeds to investigate further by opening files on Noah's laptop, where she stumbles upon incriminating video footage and images which ultimately lead her discovering that it was Noah who sabotaged Garrett's car brakes. During her meeting with a detective, Claire discovers that the parents of Noah were involved in a car accident. It was revealed that his father lost control and collided with an oncoming truck, which killed both of them. Later she was shown the wreckage of their vehicle, where she realizes it is same minivan mentioned in Noah's laptop. As Claire arrives at Vicky's house, she notices the darkness and realizes that there is no electricity. Suddenly, the appearance of Vicky's cat startles her, causing her to lose balance and stumble into a closet, which then gives way, revealing Vicky's dead body lying on the ground. Noah had ruthlessly slit her throat earlier. Claire ran to her car for safety reasons. Fearing for herself, Claire promptly contacts law enforcement personnel. However, while sitting inside their vehicle, Noah appears from nowhere, forcibly dragging her outside aggressively. Noah brings Claire to a barn where he has held both Garrett and Kevin captive. He threatens to kill them if she doesn't stay with him, but instead of complying, Claire strikes Noah with a wrench before attempting to free Kevin. Noah pours kerosene around the two prisoners as an attempt at intimidation, until the situation quickly turns dangerous when his lighter ignites it all into flames. Noah grabbed his gun and fatally shoots once at Garrett's chest. Claire clutched onto Kevin's EpiPen, which she sharply jabs into her attacker's eye socket, causing irreparable damage. Claire pulled a lever, eventually leading an engine falling onto Noah, effectively ending his life. The paramedics and police arrive at the location. Gabriella emerges alongside Garrett, whom they immediately wheel into the ambulance. Claire and Kevin sit beside him, with her repeatedly assuring him that all will be fine as they're finally returning home.